Welcome to the Valley Hoops Insider Podcast. I'm Harry Schroeder, host of the site and editor of the website as well. Joining us today, Cooper Neese, the outstanding basketball player at Indiana State University, all freshman team, his first year, just moved past his teammate Tyreek Key as one of the top three-point shooters of all time. We'll talk about all of that with him as we get to the time. But first, Cooper, thanks just for joining us to be a part of the program today.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure.
You've played now closing in on 4 full seasons at Indiana State after the sitting out from the time at Butler. What made you go to Indiana State at first? Was that just getting a little closer to home?
Yeah, it was being closer to home in an instance, but I also remembered, going through the recruiting process in high school, everything that Coach Lansing and Godino at the time when he was there, and even Belcher for a little bit, just the kind of people they were, it was the people I wanted to be around and, try to help me mold me into the person I wanted to be too. So.
I was such a good, big fan of Greg Lansing's, and I want to ask you to compare and contrast the two coaches in a minute. Not like who's better or worse, but how are they similar or different? And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But your time there, I know recently you passed Tyreek on the list of three-point shooters there at Indiana State. That had to be a little bittersweet. What I mean is, yeah, I'm moving up the ladder, but man, I wish my guy was still playing with me.
No, I definitely do. And I'll say it to this day, you can't make excuses for not having players, but if we had him, I think we're looking at quite a different scenario. That's how big of an impact he makes, on any team that he plays for, especially ours. But yeah, it's special. It's a blessing to be able to, have something like that happen to, in your collegiate career. And it's special to me. It's something that I've always put in a lot of time and worked towards, ever since I was a little kid. And just to be able to have a community like this, Terre Haute, kind of at my back and behind me, and not just me, our team as well. It means more to me than I can put in words.
So how would you compare and contrast Coach Schertz and Coach Lansing? I've told so many different people, I really appreciated and respected and enjoyed Greg so much that I didn't want to like Coach Schertz when he came. It wasn't his fault that Greg was gone. But I thought, I don't want to like this guy. And darn it, I do. So compare and contrast the two guys for me.
To be honest, like I could sit here and, you can talk about details on every little thing and knick-knack stuff, but there's not a whole lot different. Maybe the way they coach is different, but it's not, from who they are and who they show you with their heart and the being that they are, there's not a whole lot different. They're both in the same profession, and they both want the best for their kids. And, you could see that from day one with both of them. The thing that mattered most to them was the kids themselves, and, making sure that what they were doing, off the court was, they were doing the right thing, myself included. But also when we get on the court, trying to just get the best out of kids each and every single day. They have those same characteristics, just bringing the best out of people. And that's something I appreciated out of, both of them with my experiences with both of them so far. And, I love both of them tremendously. They've taken me on a path in my collegiate career so far that, I haven't even dreamed about, so this is all new to me. It's all special to me. And it's really because of the two guys that's been in the head of the helm for me so far. So
you ended up coming back, and I guess Coach Schertz impressed you at the outset. What I mean is you could have gone a lot of places, and with a new coach and the transfer rules and all that. Was it that initial kind of conversation meeting with Coach Schertz that made you come back?
Yeah, our meetings were a little bit, different. I think, for the most part, I wanted to come back and play for him, and the kind of person he was. And, the decision was tough, depending on, what was going to happen. You hate to say it and think selfishly, but sometimes you got to think about the best for yourself sometimes. And, I was in the situation of, I don't really quite know. I don't really understand. And it's not something that I've been through. When I left Butler, it was something that, I knew I needed to do that to make sure that it was going to be the best decision for me. And, I still have great friends from Butler. I love the community up there, great people, great, wonderful people. And, but for this one, it was different, already having an experience on my back. And, understanding the game at the level that I have so far, the decision needed to be made to where if I wanted to be a professional one day, I need to put myself in the best position to do that. And, I really felt like I did when I came back here with Coach Shirts and staff. I think we've got tremendous guys on the staff who's, intellectually helped me with the game of basketball, developmental side of the game as well. And, that was something that Coach talked about from day one, is just all the little stuff. Yeah, you can talk about having a 45-minute workout every day. We're going to work on this and this and this, but there's other things that I look at as well. And from day one, I think the best thing that he said to me was, you've got to trust, not necessarily by sight, but you got to have faith in it. So and so far, it's been a wonderful experience. I know the wins and losses for us right now don't look that way, but it's coming, and I feel like it's coming pretty quick. So.
You talked about having faith not by sight, but just having faith in it. You're a man of faith. I noticed your Twitter thing. You have Jesus saves, quoting Isaiah 40 the other day. Talk a little bit about that, your relationship with the Lord.
Yeah, he's number one in my life. I made sure that's very well known, even with my fiance. So, but no, he's somebody that has always been there, for me in my life. And it took me a while to sit there and understand, his grace, and what his glory is, and what I do is only because of him. And, I love this game so much. And, you love, I guess you could say, things so much. And then you come to learn, everything is possible through him. And it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter, if you're the best chess player in the world, a basketball player, if you're the smartest person in the world, he loves you unconditionally. And that's just something that's, I feel like I could always do more. I could share my experience, I could share my side, but also understanding that, I love the relationship that I have with my Savior as well. And that's always been special, near and dear to me. And it's something I've always grew up around. It was, my mom's always had me in a church, and and I've appreciated, the knowledge that she's given me and kind of trickled down to me. And, it's just knowledge that I get to trickle down to hopefully one day my own family, and go from there. But he is my Savior. He's what I do everything for in my life. And, I'm going to continue to give all my tweets and just, profound my faith for the Lord. So.
Appreciate that. Respect that a lot. A different part of your life. Tell me if this is right. I haven't seen you guys in person this year. I'll see you here in St. Louis in a couple of weeks. But when I watch on TV and when I've seen pictures, you look bigger and stronger than a year ago. Am I evaluating that properly? Like I told that to Luke Martin several weeks ago. I said, he just looks buff, man, compared to previous seasons. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah, nothing major, but I did take a good summer with our strength coach, Ken Galetta, to, get my body where I wanted it to be. And it was actually this summer was the first summer since I've been at Indiana State where I've been able to kind of load my spine a little bit, like not necessarily doing squats, but we were doing deadlifts. And it was the first time in over 6 years, I've got to do that. And, I made my way all the way up to, what they call the big weights. And I put a little bit of strength on, and I did put a little bit of weight on that I needed to put on, and I feel more comfortable. It's made me, stronger. It's made me be able to move a little bit differently on the floor. And, but the key about it was Ken Galetta, our strength coach. He got me in there, got me working from day one. And, we've seen read through the results from it very quickly. So.
You missed a couple games recently with a concussion. How are you doing with that?
I'm doing a lot better. I can actually remember what I had for breakfast once it comes about for noon. So.
I had two sons that were lacrosse players, and they were having concussions, not constantly, but I mean, they had several. And, walking them through that's never easy. Talking about your basketball career, and you talked about wanting to maybe play professionally, but there at ISU, a couple of memories, a couple of thoughts, thrills, maybe, winning bucket at Miami when against Miami, Ohio, and you get 20 in that game, and 30 against North Dakota State. Maybe it's individual games. Maybe it's a team scenario. Maybe it's playing in Hawaii. I don't know. What are some of the thrills?
Yeah. I mean, you named a couple of them, I could go on. And, but I mean, one of my favorite ones that pops up to me, all the time is, we were fortunate enough to go play in Hawaii, which was my first year of getting to play. And, We went down there and we beat some pretty darn good teams. You know, we beat Colorado first day. Happened to hit a little step back shot that kind of put us above the mark there to pull that win out. And then we played UNLV in the second round there and beat them to go to the championship game. And you know, unfortunately, lose to TCU, but competed really well in that game. And you know, just being down there with the guys and experiencing that, you know, it was my first year, you know, in college, and we were already experiencing all these big wins, and it gives you a lot of hope, gives you a lot of faith, and a lot of experience in a quick way. And you know, my good friend Jordan Barnes, you know, happened to win the MVP of that tournament. So I mean, we had a lot of fortunate situations when we went down there, and it was extremely fun. You know, I'll say it all the time: winning trumps, you know, about everything in this sport. And, but anytime you're winning, it's fun and memorable, and you know, and I can name a bunch of them. You know, the Miami game was extremely fun when you've got guys like Xavier Bledson on the team, who's unselfish as he is, you know, making plays like that and just looking for teammates in a situation to where it is a game changing situation. And you know, having guys on your team like that is life changing. You know, you get to experience guys who want the best for you just as much as you want the best for them too. So
Uh, what they call him, Jabo?
yeah,
Why that nickname?
you know, I haven't figured it out yet. So it was funny that you say that because I thought his name was Jabo, Jabo, when he first got here, because they would just call him Jabo. So I looked on our roster one day and it said Xavier Bledson. I'm like, well, who the heck is Xavier Bledson?
That guy.
I've never heard of Xavier Bledson. It was Jabo. They just didn't I guess give us more information on why his name was Jabo, but no, he's a wonderful guy. I love him.
And what's your dog's name that tries to roam through the back there?
I've got two of them. I've got Stella and I've got a German Shepherd, Roman. But he's nosy. I can tell you that. So
it's all good. Talk to me about what's lying ahead of the Sycamores this year. You guys, obviously, I think it's 2-8, maybe in the league, and you've had lots of close games, and so you know you played 50 minutes the other day in the double overtime game. You guys have been shorthanded, but you finally have the whole roster together now. And I have to believe that you guys think, okay, our best days are still right in front of us.
Yeah, we do. And you know, like I said, what's happened has already happened. And we've got to look at, you know, the rest of the season. We've got to look at it as it's a new season. You know, and that's really what we've got to do. We've got everybody on the team, regardless of who's out, we've got to be able to have the confidence and, you know, in each other that we can get the job done, you know, regardless of who's in and who's out. And, but you know, you are right. When we've got everybody back, we do feel full of power. We do feel, you know, that belief is back in us again. And, you know, it's just a matter of making winning plays. You know, you make a couple winning plays and, you know, maybe our conference record isn't what it is right now. And it's, you know, flipped even in that scenario. So, you know, we're right there. We're real close. You know, we believe, we have faith. You know, it's just a matter of going out and doing it. And like I said, you know, it's a new season for us at this point. So we've got to be able to take advantage of it.
In less than a month, you come to the home of Jordan Barnes to play at Arch Madness, and talk about that experience. This will be your fourth one, but just talk about what Arch Madness is like for you.
It's extremely fun. I mean, just the atmosphere of having every team down there and having the people come support you from, you know, basically across the country. You know, we've had Sycamore fans, you know, come from, you know, Texas, California, all over the place. So it's really special to us to have people like that. Sorry. It's really special for us to have people like that to be able to come and support us. And, you know, the arena is wonderful. You know, it's unlike any other. And it's just super special to be able to go down there and compete against teams, whether you're playing on, you know, Thursday or you're playing on Friday. It's some of the funnest and most memorable times that I have as well, just being in a tournament setting like that. So
Roman wants to be on the interview. So you're finishing up your fourth full year of playing, fifth year there at Indiana State, you know, because of the redshirt transfer year, and you can still come back and play next year, I guess, because of the COVID stuff. What are your thoughts about that? Is that still something you'll evaluate later on, or do you already know, no, I'm not coming back, I'm going to turn pro, or you already know I'm definitely coming back? I mean, where are you at with that?
I'm definitely wanting to come back. You know, I want to be a part of, you know, a winning. I'm sorry, these two are. Hey, go lay down. Go, knock it off. I'm so sorry.
I told you, it's like live. It's all good.
Oh my goodness. But no, I definitely do want to come back. You know, I want to be a part of, you know, something that I really do fully believe that this is getting ready to turn around in the right way, for good. And I want to be a part of, whether we win the championship or not, I want to be a part of that culture change, and just to be able to say, get back on the winning page, get back on, what I've been used to my entire life, and just be able to be as good as I possibly can be and be the best teammate I can be. And, be a part of the developmental stage too. And, be as good as I possibly can when I'm on the floor, off the floor, to really learn how to be a true professional and, prolong my career when it comes to that end. So.
Well, there it is, Sycamore fans. Cooper's coming back. That's spectacular. I know people will be excited about that. Maybe they already know about that in Terre Haute, but I'm excited about that as well. Before I let you go, you talked about a fiance. How soon do you get married?
We're looking probably within 2.5 years. She's going to finish her last couple years of school here, and then she's going to have a few more because she's wanting to be a radiologist, and she's a PA, so she's pretty smart, and she takes care of me pretty well. So.
I always tell my wife has a PhD in physical therapy. I always tell her somebody in the family has to be smart, and I'm glad she's it.
Oh, you're definitely right on that one. She's definitely the one in my part too. So.
Final thing, Cloverdale, tell me about your high school, your hometown, 2,500 points there you scored there. Just talk about hometown a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I could go on and on. That place is so special to me. From some of my best friends to, the people that you meet 2 or 3 times, and you feel like, they're your best friends, after just supporting me as much as they did. And, truth be speaking, that, I could sit there and say, there's probably equal amount of more people that don't like me for, us winning all the time as there are people that do like me. But, I appreciate it all. I love it all. And it's something that I've always loved to be a part of. And, that town means everything to me. The people that supported me since day one, I still go up there as much as I can and try to, be with them and hang with them and just show my appreciation every single day, because what they've done for me is, unequivocally, the best thing that's ever happened to me. So, man, it's just tough. My experience there was, being able to play for a Hall of Fame high school head coach to, his son, who is just as smart and great as he is, it was extremely special for, just for me to be able to be a part of, Cloverdale itself.
Appreciate your time today on a game day and right in the middle of the heat of the season and all that. Really appreciate it. Wish you all the best this year and next year. We're glad you're coming back, and super appreciate the time and your real commitment to the Lord. That's a thing that's very valuable to me and where I'm running my life. And so I appreciate your boldness and being able to declare your heart and your commitment to the Lord.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This means a lot to me. So.
That's Cooper Neese. He's the star basketball player at Indiana State, averaging 14.5 points a game this year, doing a great job for the Sycamores. That'll do it for this podcast. Remember, since you've been there, make it a better place. We'll see you again real soon.